So you might be curious, what exactly makes a potato donut so great? So I'm back up here in Portland, Maine, and it's early in the morning, so I need some breakfast. So we're gonna be going to the Holy Donut. Now the Holy Donut actually has 3 locations. There's the original location over in Park Avenue. There's one down in the Old Port, which is of course the old section of Portland. And then there's one over in Scarborough, Maine, which is just the next town over. What really makes the Holy Donut so great is they use Maine mashed potatoes in their donuts, which gives them a different consistency and taste, and it's amazing. So let's go check it out. So there's the lawnmower right behind me, so hopefully this works out and the sound is still all right. So this first one I got here is actually, I gotta eat this one quick because it's actually, I can already feel it cooling off. This is a bacon and cheese filled donut. So as you can see, it's not like a regular donut. It is like a nice pocket. Let's bust this one open. Oh yeah. All right, so let's see this. Loaded with bacon, clearly done in-house. Cook the bacon and chop it up. You can see the cheese right in there. So this, I think, is like my new replacement for an actual breakfast sandwich. Is like a nice bacon and cheese breakfast donut. That's pretty well jam-packed in there. I think it could use maybe a little bit more cheese just to kind of really fill all those nooks and crannies, particularly right at the edge there. You can see it gets kind of sparse with the cheese, but it's still really good. So this one is a maple and bacon donut. So of course it's maple frosting, and then you got the bacon on there. This is clearly, again, cooked in-house bacon. It's all real nice, chopped up, cooked, and is just great. So see this one. Oh yeah, that is amazing. So what it really tastes like is like if you ever had like pancakes with bacon, and you put the maple syrup on your pancakes, and the maple syrup gets on your bacon. Is exactly what this tastes like. So you might be curious, what exactly makes a potato donut so great? Well, first and foremost, it completely changes the texture. They're not as airy. They're actually quite a bit more of a dense donut, and then there's a nice kind of full flavor taste to it. Kind of something like grandma would make. Also, fun fact is that potato donuts don't go stale as quickly, whereas normal donuts, you can kind of make them and then by the end of the day, they're really stale. These ones stay fresh much longer, about 2, maybe even 3 days at room temperature. Of course, if we're being really honest with ourselves, these donuts are that good, so you don't have to worry about them making it 2 to 3 days because you're probably going to eat them all in a single day. They also don't really have a very pronounced potato taste to it. Really, the potato just affects the consistency and gives it a little bit more depth to it. So how they do that is they go 2/3 flour and then 1/3 Maine mashed potatoes, and that is how they make the dough when putting it together. So this is the #1 seller that they have there. This is the chocolate sea salt donut. It's super popular, and you can tell right there when we bust it open. They're nice and definitely as dense as I said it was. Oh, here. I mean, come on. Salty and sweet, mash them perfectly together. Like if you've ever had like a salted candy or anything like that, salted chocolate, it's kind of like this. hell yeah. So the last donut I picked up, this is the sweet potato donut. So as of course it implies, this one, rather than regular old Maine potatoes, they do it with sweet potatoes. Mashing it up. This is actually, it's sweet potatoes and has a ginger glaze on top of it. They do two different versions. They do a ginger glaze and they do a like a powdered sugar ginger glaze. And nice and dense. So really, much like the regular potatoes, it doesn't taste of sweet potato. It's all about that consistency. In fact, the ginger is much more upfront with it. Gives it a real nice, like, spiced flavor to it. So that's it for this week's video. If you're coming up to Portland, Maine, I definitely recommend Holy Donut. They make the best donuts I've ever had in my life. Make sure you leave a comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.